Hello, hello, hello. I am Dory with Prairie Scraps. And if you are watching this first part without that red live button right there and right there on both sides, that means you are watching the replay. So put hashtag replay so I know you're here. My name is Dory Jo Stoll, and I'm here on Prairie Scraps Facebook and YouTube all at the same time. So if I look kind of weird, and trying to deal with a stupid computer. I don't know. This laptop is having issues. Somebody needs to work on it. It's not me. So it just keeps showing things. So I'm just going to keep trying to get out of it, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, Sunday night. It feels like it's midnight, right? Because we lost an hour of sleep. How you guys doing? Hello, hello. Welcome. I have been kind of crafting, lazy crafting, like crafting, watching a movie. That's been my weekend. I just haven't really done anything too exciting. But if you saw my picture before, I had made two bunnies, and I had actually made this. I really love the color of this, but it doesn't go with my decor. It almost matches this. It is actually, the color of it is shimmer flamingo. And so it's got a little bit of a shimmer. If you can kind of see that. I don't know if you can. It doesn't always show well on, but it does have just a little bit. Like you can kind of see a little bit of shimmer on there. So anyway, I painted it. I think it looks gorgeous. I love this little thing. It's one of our wood cutouts from Chalk Couture. And it went unavailable right away. I thought it originally, it was a couple years ago. In fact, when they came out, I thought I'm just gonna get the bunny. I don't know. I guess I didn't catch on quick enough. They put the bunny transferred to go with it because there's a transfer that coordinates with it on sale deeply. And so I bought that thinking they're going to come back. And it sounded to me like they were going to come back, and they never did. Well, then lo and behold, I went to Pinners and worked Pinners with the company, and they had a basket of these. And so I debated because in order for us to buy at the home office, I think we had to buy them at full price. So I was not about to buy them as a designer, buy them at full price. So anyway, I was waiting and kind of thinking about it like, well, okay, I guess we probably could have gotten our 40% off or whatever as a designer. But anyway, I was waiting till the end, and actually for working in the booth, we were able to pick out $100 worth of items, and I did pick up two of these. It's a 2-pack, actually. This is how they came, in white, and I bought this one. But if you do not, tonight's project, if you do not have these, Dollar Tree has some chunky bunnies, carrots, and one other thing. I can't remember. If you guys come on, and if you would let me know what it is. I can't remember. Anyway, so so this came in a 2-pack, and I plan on finishing this up tonight, and if you like it, it's going to be for sale. So but I'm going to do it with a current transfer. I used over the weekend on that other one. I did use the transfers that belong, that are fitted for these shapes. We're kind of like, we don't have the chunky shapes as much anymore in Chalk Couture. I love them, but they've had their time. They've been pretty active in our line. So, and I love the way that things have been going. So I have really not too many complaints. Oh, I love a good bunny. So I thought I would paint these two up and get them done and use one of our new transfers. It is called Home Sweet Home. And actually, I didn't look for this. I'm pretty sure this particular transfer was made for one of our, hello, Tamara. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This transfer, the Home Sweet Home transfer, was sort of made to coordinate with this little goodie. It's called the Cube, 5-inch cube, and you can use it for like a riser. And so I plan someday. I got it by the time I got this in stock. They had gone out, so I wasn't demoing them all that much. I probably, I need to use it. But anyway, I think they're back in. So if you want these cubes, they're so cool. It's kind of like a wood grain cube that you can use to put your items on. Like, for instance, oh goodness, making a mess already. All right, for instance, you could use this for your little bunnies, you know, or your carrots. If you know, Tamara, I can't remember because my Dollar Tree does not have the chunky, it's a rabbit, a chunky carrot, and something else. And I can't remember. There are three. My Dollar Tree has not had them at all yet. I keep going in like once or twice. I know their shipping day is Friday, so I need to go in again just to check and see if they got it in, because I would like to nab some. I would not, however, like to order like 48 of them online. So, because I know you can order from Dollar Tree. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're not going to get it or if they're only exclusive at some. I don't know. Anyway, so you could do this with Dollar Tree. I also saw that maybe Walmart's Dollar Spot had some chunky shaped ones. So this is a good one for any of those. So even though I'm using Chocolatour's old surface, don't panic. And if you happen to have, like I have, that bunny transfer, oh, I took it out. I have done the bunny transfer that went with these. I have done them on shapes, and then I put a little cotton ball for the tail and a little bow around the neck, and it looks so adorable. It's unbelievable. So anyway, those are some ideas on how to use them. So if you happen to have the bunny transfer that goes with this, it's been a couple years old. I don't have any extras. So bunny and egg. Oh, you're right. The egg. You're right. Thank you. Yeah, I know, and I'm so sad. And the next nearest Dollar Tree is an hour, 15 minutes away. So obviously I'm not going to drive just for the Dollar Tree for these. So I decided to pull these out this weekend and get them done because I let them go through last Easter and never used them. I just had them in stock and just never got around to it. I had so many Easter projects going on. So this weekend I was like, I'm going to at least make mine. Like I said, I did this thinking it was going to be a little bit more pinky, but as you can see, I'm wearing orange. It kind of looks like the orange. It is more of an orange. It's called Shimmer Flamingo is what I used on it. And I'm going to pair it up with Shimmer Violet on the other bunny because I think it'll be cute. And then we'll be using this other one. So, but the other thing you can use that's similar for this, I'm trying to just give you lots of options for some of our things. So anyway, if you really want this cube, let me know and put cube and I will get you the link for that and the Home Sweet Home so you can get that. If you would like just the Home Sweet Home, just put home and I will get that to you. So with that, let's get crafting, right? Maybe I need a bigger piece of cardboard. I tell you what, that's a good question. Do I have any, I always save all the pieces of cardboard that come with my stuff. Yeah, it is more like a coral. Actually, I agree with you. It is more of like a coral. It's really pretty. It's not pretty. And like I said, I am going to sell these bunnies. So here we go with cutting off my head, but you know, that way you get to see my work area. So we are going to go ahead and get these. I'm going to paint this last one. It did take me 2 coats of paint to do my first one. Maybe I should use that one. No right or wrong way, I guess. Oops, don't open the orange. Flamingo. It does. Hello, Linda. Good to see you. Whenever I'm painting a surface using chalk paste, did you know you can use them with a paintbrush? Number 1. And if you did not, I like to get my brush wet with a spritz bottle. And I do it right in the lid of the chalk paste, and then it's okay if it just dumps in there. But in my spray bottle, I do use purified water, so it doesn't put any impure things in it. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? Sounds kind of negative. Thank you so much, Tamara. I appreciate you doing that. It does help me out. Yes. And make sure if you have not already done it, I think you guys have, but if you have not already done it, if you're watching this later time, that's great. Just check in and say hello. That helps me out. Make sure that you're following my page. You guys, I'm almost to the 2,000 mark. 2,000 people I'm following. I've been liking these with all the sides done. It is a little bit more time consuming to get all the sides though, because they have all these little crooks, nooks and crannies. Not as bad as the nativity set. I don't highly suggest painting in the nativity set. That was another chunky project we've had lately, was the nativity set. And yeah, that was more tedious than I thought it was going to be. I painted 2 of them and gave up and washed them off. Actually, it all came off really nicely. So I just, in fact, that was my goal this weekend. I was going to go through all of my Christmas decor items, you know, for crafting, all my Christmas, and pack them away. You guys, my Christmas is at least down. That's huge for me. If you know me, last year I think I made it to March with my Christmas stuff. This year I did get that down right away, soon in January. The hardest place, the problem with these are is they're like 3D, right? The hardest place I've found to get painted is up here in these little nooks and crannies. So we'll do our best. And this is a shimmer too. This is shimmer violet, I think it is. I'm not even sure if these 2 colors, I'm pretty sure flamingo maybe is not available anymore. Might be in some of the singles packets, like the sets. It's a good way to get a wide variety. So what I find is it's better to just kind of water it down a little bit and get it spread on evenly. The shimmers do, you know, you can kind of see like how it's kind of like, I don't know, lumpy, you would say. It's just a little more lumpy than just the regular paste. And that's okay. We're just gonna, I try to work out any areas with a little bit of water that look really super chunky. But this first one coat, we're just trying to get some coverage on it, get it covered up. So Sunday, did you all enjoy losing an hour of sleep? It does feel a lot later. I feel like I'm doing late night crafting tonight. Hi, Sherry. It's a late night crafting only because I should be like an hour ahead. Of course, yesterday I slept in late. I don't know. I'm a creature of habit when I sleep. Even with sleeping, I take Tylenol PM just to sleep through the night because I know I need my sleep. So anyway, I was telling my husband, I said the bummer is our garbage man comes at 5 a.m. on Monday mornings. 5 a.m. Does anybody else have an issue with that? Like 5 a.m. It's right outside my master window on one of the smallest streets in all of our little town here in the mountains. And it's a loud truck with no exhaust, and it's really obnoxious. I'm sorry. I actually know who our garbage man is. I don't know. I haven't even complained to him directly. I am friends with his wife. But anyway, I think it's obnoxious. So Monday morning, I get woken up at 5 o'clock by the garbage man every Monday morning. Maybe I should make him breakfast. I don't know. Maybe that's what he needs. Maybe pay him off. And we've been here 5 years, and I keep hoping maybe they'll change the route and not be at my house at 5 a.m. Guess what? 5 years. I tell you what, and there's a lot of holidays on Mondays, right? We have like Labor Day, Memorial Day, sometimes even on July 4th. Yep, he's out there if it's a Friday. But I don't hear it, luckily. Yeah, no, I'm a light sleeper, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty ornery on Monday mornings. So Monday, I wake up at 5. Tuesday, I can't sleep past 5. But Wednesday, I'm sleeping to about 5:05. So by Saturday, I'm sleeping maybe till 6 o'clock. Sunday, I don't know why, but it feels hard to get up on Sunday morning for church. It's the devil working. I don't know. Not today, Satan. Anyway, and then I finally get to sleep in a little bit over the weekend. Well, this morning, wouldn't you know, I was wide awake with an hour clock going back. I was wide awake. Our clock in our bedroom said 6 a.m., which means I got up at 5 this morning. It was terrible. like, well, I'm ready for Monday. So now I feel really tired. So if I start babbling, no, talk to me. So we talk about normal things. Hi, Brenda. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yep. I have a special relationship, special place for my garbage man. I'm like, could you, like we're on the bad side of town, I guess. So I don't know. This is definitely when you're painting, you often, I don't know, I get my fingers all covered. So be prepared for that. It's all right. It's all non-toxic and safe for water. So anyway, you can paint any surface. The thing I like about painting with the chalk, I won't do like a chair with this paste, but something small like this, a decor item, I will totally do with chalk paste. Even though it's probably a little more expensive than what you would do, like if you used a regular furniture paint or something. But the reason for that, for me, and my reasoning is that our chalks are often made to kind of color coordinate together, so they look good together. Isn't that little bunny cute? So there's lots of things you could do with your egg and your bunny and whatnot. I know a lot of people are doing the napkins on Mod Podging napkins. I have to say I've done a little bit of Mod Podging. I'm not wonderful at it, and it's not my favorite look either. So I like the painted look. I like it, like personalized that way. So we're gonna do it our own way, which is good. Everybody's got to have their own thing. But I do see a lot of those chunky Dollar Trees being done with the napkins. I like the idea of using. We have a lot of different patterned transfers too that would look fabulous. It's like any of our transfers. We have those four sets of 4 patterns. They would look really good. So here, my second coat, I'm kind of ending up using pure, not using a whole lot. Now my brush is kind of wet, so it smooths it out, but I'm doing more thick coat here than I usually do, just to hurry along. Sometimes I regret, because sometimes you can, if you get it too wet before it dries, it will kind of peel it off again. And I did 2 coats on all my other bunnies. To get it look solid, but I still did, a fair amount of going back and touching up. So you can kind of see that end is looking good. So what all did everybody? Hey, Mary, good to see you. Thank you. I did a third one when I was doing it, because I started out with this one and then decided it wasn't the color I wanted. I wanted the first set for my own use, I guess you would say. But anyway, I started to talk about, if you have those cutout transfers that are in the shape of the bunnies, you could totally put that like on a sign and, dress it up a little. They are cute, not even being on the 3D. So if you don't have the 3D available, never fear. You could also do it on some of our chalk paper and cut it out. Chalk suede. I always want to say chalk made, but it's chalk suede. Okay. Sometimes if you find if you're wiping it, wipes it off more than it wipes it on, you just got to let it dry. Yeah, Julie. Yeah, I didn't either. These are not Dollar Tree. These are Chalk Couture's shapes. I did see somebody today had found some similar at the Dollar Spot in not the is it the Dollar Spot, the Dollar Place in Walmart? So that would be another place. I don't know if they let you order, if they have Dollar Spot things from Walmart online to order, because sometimes, I'm not going to town until next week, so I'm trying to avoid Definitely wherever I put my fingers, that's where I rub off. And you could see like this one side has see that whiter spot right there? It has it's just like overly wet. Oh, and I don't have my dryer. Kind of brought everything in to have a couple classes. I had really fun class. In fact, we used the transfer to make a t-shirt with this rabbit transfer. We put 2 of them on to an adult t-shirt, and they I think they are adorable because they have words on one of them and pattern on the other. So anyway, and anything would really work. Like, there's a lot of different shapes of eggs, so eggs would totally work too if you find some eggs. Hello, Yolanda and Melanie. Good to see you. Yeah, I definitely did not see the Dollar Tree ones. I'm not expecting to now. I think they were in high demand. I was even hearing some of the people like that kind of jumped on them and ordered them online. Like ordered a case. You have to order a case at a time. I think 48 is in a case. I'm gonna leave that guy alone for a while and let him dry. We'll start doing this other little guy. If I can figure out how to move him without knocking everything over. It's not an even. It's very windy here right now. It's okay right now. It's not hitting. I'm going to move this over here. It's a mess. It's very windy, so if you hear like kind of a weird sound, it's the wind. And this could apply to anything, any like wood shape that you find, like especially it seems like Dollar Tree is really working hard to get, these chunky shapes out. It's kind of funny because like we've had the chunky shapes for 3-4 years, maybe longer in Chalk Couture, and now Dollar Tree is getting them. So, we had an early go of it, and now it seems like we have some. Like I said, we have this 5-inch cube, and I'm pretty sure it is available. I want to do that soon, so stay tuned. I'm going to be doing all kinds of things. Oh my gosh, just go away. That's all I have to say. Okay, so we're going to use this. I hope I grabbed. Oh boy, that is interesting. I thought I had white. I didn't bring all my chalks because I couldn't carry them in. I thought I brought them in. I thought I brought my white in, but maybe I did not. I left one. I couldn't carry them all. Do you guys do that when you like carry in the groceries? Like try to carry as many bags as possible on your arm? I came in last night. My husband and I went and got a few groceries here in town because, like I said, we're not going to the big towns shopping till we're going to go for spring break. So that's when we'll do our first larger other place shopping. And so we just picked up some local items. Well, that's a bummer. I'm going to have to deal with it. I'm kind of down to the bottom here. And so I was trying to carry groceries in. We just went out and got, we got a bunch of meat that was on whatever's on sale, the meat that's on sale. It's too expensive to buy everything. It's always marked up here in town. They say it's because it has come so far, but sometimes you can like go to other little towns out here and their stuff seems to be better priced. Including our gasoline is always by far higher than everybody else's. So I don't know what that's about, but hence why I don't do my majority of my shopping here. But this way we're saving ourselves an hour, 15-minute away trip, gas, to go that far to get groceries by buying here local. I would prefer to buy local, but I can't always afford it. That's just it. So anyway, we bought some of the things, you know, like we kind of went through and went, okay, well, what's on sale at our local grocery stores and picked that up. So we were coming back and I had like 6 bags of meat, like meat and dairy products. That's what we got, like enough to get us through for the next week or week and a half until we're shopping again. So I'm not going to go down shopping just for Dollar Tree. I was going to pick up groceries on Wednesday, but you guys, if you watched that live on Thursday, you saw we had some snafus for that. So there was that. I just added a little bit of that distilled or purified water in here. Purified water. And even though it's a little on the lumpy side, I'm trying to get it kind of incorporated. You could totally reconstitute. It can totally dry out. In fact, I've finally started kind of just getting rid of ones that I've been holding on to because someday I'll reconstitute that. Just, I don't want to bother with it anymore, but I try to use it way down to the end. It's very economical that way. If you don't think you're going to use up, like white and black are probably the most used. Feel free to buy the individual packets. It's a great way to go because then they aren't just for one project at a time. You know, you can probably get a few projects out of every single packet, but white and black are definitely more used, especially by me. Okay, here we go. I think I got myself some white going there. Gotta work at it. Burn a calorie today. Okay, this is the Home Sweet Home. And like I said, this kind of coordinates with that cube, but you could definitely use it in all different ways. So I was going to show you how we're going to use it today on these bunnies. I think these medallions look really beautiful. Or I don't know what they, kind of a boho style. I would say. And the one I mostly want to use is it's got a Home Sweet Home on one, which would be really cute. I'm thinking, I can't decide what color to do my cube. I don't want to paint the cube. I want to leave the white. My house is mostly white anyway. I'm trying to think, like, what neutral color can I paint the entire thing or do all the transfers with and not, you know, not have to worry about it clashing with any of my, you know, that's what I want it to work all the time. I don't want to change it out seasonally. I just want it to be neutral. So I've been trying to decide, do I do, like, I don't know what to do, really. I don't know what to do. If you have suggestions, I don't know if I want to go black because it's kind of, it ends up being a little on the stark side. The black does. So I'm just getting this fuzzed up because it's the first time we're using this. It's just a fuzzing cloth here. If you want the materials to make the bunnies, like I said, we do not have the bunnies, but I will get you this transfer as well as the paste and everything you need to make this on your own version of this. And I think we're gonna go like this. And I just do a portion of it right here on the bottom portion of this bunny. So I don't know if you can see where I'm putting that, but there it is. This little thing, it just keeps, a pop-up keeps coming on. So I'm just going to do this portion of this little medallion. I think it's going to be really sweet. I might move it around and move it somewhere else too. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But this is going to be super simple, super easy. I'm taking longer just because I'm painting. The painting part takes a little bit of time, but it's kind of relaxing just to sit and paint. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Sunday evening. Nobody wants to go back to work, right? It's going to be more difficult tomorrow because losing an hour of sleep is no joke, is it? No joke. I know I will feel tired. I know my girls. Been running out of shows to watch. We kind of keep their channels on cable. Oh, isn't that adorable? I love that. Isn't that adorable? Look at that. Look at the detail on that. That is so good. I think I'm going to do another portion of it up here. Just because I can, right? So anyway, we're just trying to cut back having so many different things because we have Netflix, we had the full, satellite TV, which, is kind of on the annoying side sometimes because it's so expensive, our the cable part. So we're trying to just cut it back and be more minimalist about it. But so we've been watching a lot of Netflix because there's just not much going on in the TV. I'm not gonna lie though, I like my Bravo channels, which I know you can do Paramount, but I don't know. I don't like. We do have access to Paramount. I'm not a fan. It's really hard to find things, and they have commercials. And we do have Amazon Prime, but it's commercials. I'm annoyed by the commercials. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, here's the peel to reveal. Cute. Isn't that bunny the cutest? I think he's pretty cute. Thank you, Marie. I know. He is so cute. Is it a he or she? It's kind of feminine, isn't it? I love that. We'll probably do the other side. I like to do things double-sided. I'm not going to do anything to the sides other than paint them. So I'm going to stick this back on. We might use one of those other patterns. I don't know. Stay tuned for more. No, I'm not going anywhere. We're just finishing it up here. And like I said, if you like these bunnies, I am going to be selling these. So if that's something you're interested in, it's just going to be, they'll be for sale. So contact me if you're interested in purchasing. Ooh, that's still kind of wet there. Mr. Bunny, I want you to dry. There's like kind of where I just scraped it off. Do you see that? Kind of scraped off there in the middle. Mr. Bunny, get yourself dry. I didn't grab my drying tool. I might have to. I do have an extra one in here. Not a Chalk Couture one. I like the Chalk Couture one better. I found one at a thrift store for like $2 and I couldn't resist. So I'm like, oh, I probably could use a second one. You never know. So anyway, I know where that is. I might have to take that out and help myself out here because this is not going on. It's because of the shimmer. It's a little on the thick side. Like I said, might have to, I don't know. He's having some issues. Also, chalk paste, even though it can dry, like if you're having issues with it drying in between, if it doesn't dry all the way and you put some more on, it kind of reactivates. You can put a coat on and then come back 24 hours later. You guys know how well I can wait. Thank you, Linda. I'm not a waiter, so that is not my style. To wait, be patient, come back another day. It's just not my thing, if you haven't noticed. And of course, I keep rubbing it off the top of his ears because I keep holding on to it. This other side back here is not looking too bad. I know it looks a little rough right now, but I promise it'll get better. But yeah, what happens is if it doesn't completely dry and then you put wet chalk paste on top of it, it basically reactivates what the first coat. So then you've got lumps, and that's what's going on. So I'm not being super patient, and that's kind of my bad. Also, sometimes if you can do a little bit lighter coats, letting them dry in between, that helps you. I don't do any of the things. I do as I say, not as I do. Did your parents tell you that? Just trying to get a coat on here. And two, you could do a light, more like a stain version, like just the first coat, just a really super light coat. And that would look fine too. You don't have to go so dark, but I kind of liked these. Sort of remind me of those Peeps. They're not the Peeps shape, but the colors remind me of the Peeps colors. They're kind of obnoxious. Like you shouldn't be eating those food colorings, right? Boy, there are some interesting flavors of Peeps out right now. Have you seen any interesting ones? I saw cotton candy Peeps. And maybe it was birthday cake, I want to say. I have some spots on there that it's kind of crazy flavors. What is the craziest? Do you like Peeps? But these colors definitely remind me of Peeps. So. Yes, I saw the Dr. Pepper ones too. Yes. They were right next to the cotton candy ones. There's something else. Oh, Sour Patch, I think I saw. Did I see that? Am I dreaming? All right, so this side is dry, so we might try the opposite side here. I think I want to do it a little bit different. So you have options. Does anybody eat Peeps? The only way I can really say I think Peeps are good is by using them on the campfire instead of marshmallows, toasting them, because they get like a caramelized thing going. We are digressing here with our transfers. Now I'm sticking to things, everything. Oh my goodness. The one I used is not sticking to anything, and now the new one is sticking to the plastic. Be slow in doing this because you can kind of rip off the top of it. I'm going to set that aside so I stop doing that. All right, we're going to maybe try the... Actually, I might use this. I really like these ones in the middle here. Remember the part where it looks see-through, these are reusable transfers. They're sticky backed, so you can use them over and over and over, like up to a dozen times. I usually get way more than that out of them. And wondered if one of these would fit. Not quite. Ooh, that one's... It's just not going how I thought it should. Actually, if I move it up, like, I can get the entire top and bottom on here. I might do that. Just kind of do a pattern over the whole thing instead of doing partial. I always think of my older daughter when she was about 2. It was like everything. Well, actually, she'd have these long discussions with us. Like, well, actually, I think we should do X, Y, or Z. And it was always like, are you kidding me? This 2-year-old is talking like an adult. I don't know. She doesn't. So we always, whenever I say that, I always think about her because she was so smart, as all of our kids are, right? Now, if this doesn't exactly turn out like how you like, you can always go back over it later when it gets a chance to dry and do like sandpaper and kind of give it a more of a rough, edge, like even it out a little bit that way, using a little bit of sandpaper around the edges, just soften it up a little. Kind of takes the pressure off of it needing to be perfect, right? Sometimes the best the best looking projects are the ones that are just less planned. So, all right, let's see how this looks. Cute. I kind of like it. I like that one too. It would be a hard decision. Kind of the same thing. And I'm just using bright white. That's all I'm using. Isn't that cute? So this little bunny, it's in Shimmer Flamingo, and it's got 2 options. And I will do the same with this other one. I kind of am partial to this one. You can put a little bow around his neck. I'm probably going to leave it simple because I'm liking sort of the boho look, let's just say. I should have been more careful with my hands are covered in shimmer. Okay. See if we can get a side here going for us. I think I don't know what it is with this computer. I'm going to have to take it in and have the mechanic fix it. Have Mr. Mechanic fix it, right? Sorry. This is a really awful shot. Everything's falling on my head. I'm in my little Airstream camper, so please excuse me. Well, it seems, if it sounds weird, looks weird, it is kind of weird, but it's my little spot to have my craft therapy, and I get to bring you guys along with. Just enjoy crafting along. This is my, $3 I got this for. My little $3 find. Martha Stewart. I think this is more of a heat gun, so I'm going to have to be a little careful. It wasn't really my intent to get this heated up, but we want to get it dry. Ooh. You can kind of feel like the shimmers kind of pool a little bit, like they are more textured. Have you guys seen any other flavored Peeps? Yeah, so like Peeps taste really good over the campfire in the spring because that sugar on the outside just caramelizes, and of course that is the best way to have marshmallows. That little spot here I touched. Ooh, this one is hotter than my other little blower. It's bubbling. Gotta be careful with that. That is hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. Woo. Definitely heated me up in here too. I'm gonna turn that down, see if I can get it turned down a little bit. Okay. What do we need to do to fix this? I think I'm gonna wet down my brush a little bit more this time around. I just do it in the lid, and then it's okay if it goes into the paste later on when I flip the lid in. It's all right. Kind of preserves my paste a little bit. I want it to be nice and smooth, so I'm just sort of, and you know what else? I get to use up some of the stuff that's in the lid sometimes this way because it kind of softens it up, and I get to use that. All right, I'm just going to do a really thin coat of this, maybe, on here and see if that helps. Usually, if you're having problems with things pooling, this can happen with any paint, right? It doesn't matter. It could be any paint that kind of causes problems with pooling or whatever. If you put it on too thick, you just need to go like with, maybe go through with a piece of sandpaper and clean it up a little bit, take off the rough edges, and then put on a thin coat. It usually has to do with going too thick, honestly. I have a big mirror set out right before the holidays, I guess it was. My husband, we went to Goodwill together, and he came out with this giant mirror. It is really heavy, and it has a really ornate frame on it. He came out of Goodwill with it. It was $24. I think $24.99 is what he paid for it. He was like, "We can't leave this. This is like a good price." Like he he was like convinced we had to have this because of the price. It was just a good price. It was a good mirror. It's true. It is a good mirror. Anyway, it's brown with like 80s gold trim. So I'll be working on it anyway, because I had everything out already for doing these classes in my piano room. He's like, maybe you could pull that out and do that. Well, then I was going to do my very light taint blue from Jamie Ray Vintage and DIY paints. I was going to do that on the frame. It's a brown with an older colored gold on it. And so I was going to do this. It's called Taint Blue, what I have. If you've seen a couple of my projects right before the holidays, that's what I used on a few of my, like the little table and chair that I did. And I was going to use that. I made up my mind because we were talking about, actually, I have a big round black mirror in my bathroom, my new bathroom, and I love it. My husband hates it. So he's like, this would be the perfect one. And it really is. It's ginormous. It would cover the whole space for us. So anyway, I've kind of come around to it, but I can't decide what color. So I was going to paint it taint blue and then do some, I was thinking like a black wax on it, but I don't have black wax. So I was kind of, I don't know. It's been sitting, this giant mirror has been sitting all through Christmas in my bedroom. I have a little white spot here that I keep going over, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger because I keep pestering it. Sort of like when you pick your scabs, it keeps getting worse and worse. I need to let it dry. So anyway, that is out. Then my daughter, my 17-year-old Lydia, she walked in there and she goes, oh, you should really do that in black because the rest of the bathroom is all in very light gray and whites. And so she like got in my head about it. So now I have sat looking at this. The only thing I've done this afternoon was I went in. It's still wet, that spot. It's like it kind of goobered up there. I'm trying to find a... Don't touch it, right? Oofta. Well, it definitely looks better. But she was like, you should do it black because you've got the black hardware, the black sink hardware, you know, everything is black lining, but there's so much light color in that bathroom that she's like, you should really do. And I'm like, oh shoot. So now I've been in my head about it all weekend, but I do not have a black wax. Or a white wax. I don't have a light. All I have is clear, and I have antique, and I'm afraid to use antique wax on it because I'm afraid it's gonna turn it too brown and make it look like the 80s all over again. Can I paint it? I'm having trouble finding a spot to hold on that's dry. Maybe if I just dry this. This is more of a heat gun, I think, than a dryer, though. So maybe hold a little further away. So I've been sitting and looking at it. You guys do that for projects? Like, I just cannot make up my mind about what I want to do on this mirror. And so now I know I need it cleared out by Tuesday because I start lessons on Tuesday night. It's sitting in the middle of my piano room. My piano room's handy because it's kind of a big open space, but it has to be cleared out and neat looking. I don't want my piano students and guitar students to be distracted by my craft projects, which they do. Everything new in the room, they cannot focus about. I've noticed. I'm not at all like that, so I don't know what their problem is. I'm exactly like that. It's a total lie. I get easily distracted by things in the room too. So I try to keep it, the same. I do have a lot of like music books and things on the walls, so I don't want to add to it by having like craft projects going. I don't know. We've just got some spots that are not getting good coverage here. Some of it, I think, to some extent, will be covered by the medallion. Meanwhile, today I was trying to get a hold of my college son, Levi, and I'm like, hey, can you talk? And he's like, I'm just going to play for the basketball championships. I'm like, what? And come to find out, he's playing pep band for championships for ISU down in Boise. So that's exciting. We had no idea. My husband's like, we could have been watching good basketball today. I'm like, oh, give me a break. He slept through the... You weren't watching anything. You were busy checking your eyelids for holes. It's like he works so hard all week long, I think he gets overtired. And one of the days, Saturday or Sunday at least, he has to just sit and veg. Don't we all, though? Do you guys veg on the weekends? I am like not seeing messages. So if you are there, why don't you put a heart up for me? Show me some things. Oh, here. Will that do it? No, I can't make a heart. There it is. Yay, do some hearts. I did them back at you. Thanks for hanging out there. I saw it. I don't even know who did it. I don't know what's going on. I know there was like... Somebody was teaching me. Karen was teaching me the other night. I forgot. I was going to look to see what I could do. Hello, Sandy. Thank you for joining in. I'm just testing out. I'm waiting for paint to dry, literally. So I was entertaining myself. See, that's that, squirrel habit that I have. All right. I think this guy is looking pretty good. Try to dry it a little bit. We're doing a chunky rabbit. You could do this with the the Dollar Tree or Walmart chunky ones, and looks so cute. Just paint them a solid color. I'm using chalk couture paste, just water based. I don't usually, the paste won't really come off of things. It usually will stay put unless you get it wet and then scrub on it. To get it to come off, it needs a lot more work. It's a lot of people are always like, do you clear coat it? Well, I could. If you are interested in buying this set, let me know if you want it clear coated. I may clear coat for you anyway. If you think it's going to get scratching or whatever on it, or when you pack it away, I probably will clear coat it just to keep it from scratching off. If it's my own, I hardly ever I think I'm going to do it on this side. All right. Ready or not, here we come. Here we come. So you could do this on any, these happen to be chalk couture bunnies that are totally discontinued, retired a couple years ago, in fact. When they came out, they ran out really quick. So I have a set, I have two sets. One set is for myself because I really wanted them. And that's what I did this weekend. I made those. I did mine. Oh my gosh, I can't get these to sit here. Saved my life. Maybe I'll use this one after all. Okay. And we're using the Home Sweet Home transfer. And like I said, we will just keep using this over and over and over again. I don't even see where I put my cloth. I'm kind of a hot mess tonight, I guess. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Yes, I do too. And I really want the ones at Dollar Tree because they've got, they have the bunnies, an egg, and then carrots. I've seen so many cute ones out there. People are doing kind of a boho option here. that you could do. Just one of the many ways. I've seen lots of creative things for sure. I was thinking about more of a diagonal. I want to make sure I get that one white spot in there. All right, we're going to put that down. And you could put, you know, it's all up to you. You could do however you want. You could do the whole thing in one pattern. I am just using plain bright white on this. You could do it. You could do the patterns just in black or in brown, or, you know, just one pastel color. That would be really gorgeous. I'm really liking the white right now, I guess. That's where I'm at. Trying to stay in the lines here. You guys know I'm not real great at staying in the lines. Wish me luck. Not all of this is going to print on here, so I'm just trying to stay within the inner square. I don't know if I'm hitting it or not, though. Okay. And I thought I had my brand new white, and clearly I don't. I've got the old one. But lots of ideas. You could put a bow around it. You could use a little pom-pom for his tail. Oh, that's cute. Isn't that cute? See, I did get that one up there. Oh, I did it over there too. And here. Oh my goodness. This shimmer violet is a little bit more chunky than the, it's just kind of a thicker paint. It's okay. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm just going to try to take this one off. And I may get myself in a little bit of trouble here. It might take it off completely, but I've got my violet out here so I can neutral spring. Yeah. I pretty much, you know, the white kind of makes it a little bit of neutral. You could, to make it more neutral, you could do like a really pastel color, but I have been pushing myself to use purple a little more. It's not my favorite. I am not a purple person. I know there's lots of purple people out there, but I am not one of them. So no, you know, that's okay if that's what you like. I tend to be more natural, you know, like I want white with black or white with, I've been doing a lot of white with brown. So anyway, this is my color of the week, maybe. I've been sticking more. All right, what do you think? Should I put another pattern? And maybe I'll do something kind of at the same angle up here. That's what I'm thinking about doing. You know, matching that pattern. There. Ooh, that might work right up there. Okay. As far as neutral spring colors, do you mean like the whites and blacks and browns, or do you mean like just you've picked one color and stuck with, I don't know. I will admit that I like a lot of whites and blacks, but I do like to, in the spring, get my pastels out usually. Just because being in winter area, it's having winter for so long, I really enjoy having a little spring color going on. And I tell you what, I am feverishly watching my daffodils popping through, even though we've had some snow. So let's see how this looks. What do you think about that? I actually kind of think that turned out pretty good. Not bad. This one is, I am really pushing my luck with the white. I'm pushing my luck. I'm just going to take off. There was a little bit of a strong edge there around the edge. I kind of got it to curl around. Okay. Isn't that cute? So cute. camel, eucalyptus, and white. Oh, yeah, so you've got the green color. Yeah, camel is my arch nemesis. I use it all the time. And then I always have high hopes for camel. It's not my, it's probably, I don't know. This one's very pretty. This is violet shimmer. So this has got a shimmer in it. And then I'm just using the whites. All right. So there's one side. I think I'm going to go back to that doily for the other side. I'm trying to give options, right? So the other one, this would be the ones that I would put, I don't know. You could do it. I'm a little confused by these bunnies. They should face each other, right? I don't know. Maybe I should have paid attention to that. But like I said, if you would like to buy these bunnies, or if you would just like to make your own, just you could put, if you want these bunnies, contact me directly to buy them. If you would like to have more information, get the supplies for this project, minus the bunny cutout. You'll have to either find those at Walmart. Just checking. They're a little wet yet. Find them at Walmart. Find them at Dollar Tree. I don't know. My Dollar Tree never, ever got it in. Oh, yeah. I love Dune. Yeah, Dune for sure. I love Dune on t-shirts. I have Dune ink, and we go through Dune a lot. A lot. Okay. This one just kind of got a little shady, I think. Not as clean. I'm just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. Okay. Just keep. I could do that all day long. I'm a perfectionist, so I like to make sure it looks nice and clean and looks good for you. Okay. Backside. I'm going to go back to that original kind of medallion, I think, and do that across the large portion of him here. Hopefully we have enough. What is under there? I stuck to something. You can use these transfers a couple of times. I usually try to be very cautious about that because it can kind of get lumpy and stuff, do all kinds of interesting things. So try to be careful doing it too many times. I usually try, 2 is usually the most I try, but in this case, you know, there's always exceptions. Oops, maybe too much. Trying to soften it up a little. Like I said, my new white is in the house. It was like one of those things. I piled up everything I thought I had. I knew I had a white one, a jar of white going on in the container. But I thought it was my new one because I couldn't see it was just trying to break up all the little pieces. Get it a little less lumpy and nice and smooth. You want it to be the consistency of yogurt, a little runny, but I might have gone too far with the water at this point. Just trying to get it out. Use up every last bit. Use it all up. Get it worked in. Yellow undertone. Yes, I agree. I have to say though that on t-shirts it looks amazing. I tend to, the bright white is a little too stark sometimes on t-shirts, and all the colors look good with Dune. So just an FYI, I really like. I agree, it does, and it almost sometimes can look a little orangey too. I think the Dune can on projects, but I like it. Yeah. I would say my number 1 and 2 probably tied are white and black, but recently I've been using bark on a lot of things. I just really like the bark. I don't know. I'll try to use this here. If you're worried about, I try to go outwards on these shapes so that I don't go too far off. go out on the transfer. If you're worried about it kind of spreading, instead of, taking it in, go out toward the edges, and that kind of seals it in usually. I don't know. Do what works for you. I do like the dune too, for sure. I would kind of like it, like I did the goose in the bark. Loved it. It just gives it a little bit softer look than the black, and is still pretty. That bark, I don't know. I remember never buying bark for like the first couple years of using Chalk Couture, and then all of a sudden I bought it, and I'm like, where has this been all my life? It's like, what are those colors? I love. Oh shoot, that one was kind of. That one smeared. This shimmer is kind of. You see that? It's kind of smeary. Not too happy with that. I might, sometimes if you can dab in separate places and not spread it, you can kind of lift up some of that, but I don't know. Oh, that's not my favorite. See if I can figure out where everything goes, because it's kind of peeling off right now. Just really easy coming off. So maybe I can clean it up. A lot of times if you're trying to fix things, it doesn't work to do it like right away. You have to do it like when it dries. I'm breaking my own rule right here. So I can never wait. I'm not a very patient waiter for things to dry, but this'll. How does this go? It kind of is just peeling off, so I'm able to fix it. Pretty good. I might have to. This actually has happened because that first layer is so thick, right? So it just like snuck under because it's thick. Everything is fixable. So don't panic if it doesn't look perfect. There are things you can do. We can relay it down and solidify it if it, this doesn't work totally. That's fine. You do what you got to do. I can take it off. Like I said, that I was trying to use purple. Hopefully there's some purple lovers out there that love this. And we can also go back over it with like a sandpaper and just kind of make it look a little bit rougher. But ultimately, it's handmade. You guys saw me. I didn't cut it, but hand painted, essentially. I guess not really hand painted, but I did the screen printing myself. Right? It's artistically done by myself, personally. This is like the best tool ever. And I have carpal tunnel, so don't feel like totally intimidated by this. Doing stuff like this, I don't usually do this, but it happens. It's fixable. I could totally start this over by just either sanding it off or washing it off. I found these. Hi, Rhonda. Good to see you. Yeah, boho for sure that was my goal. I'm glad you think so. Trying to figure out how to fix this. It kind of smeared. There we go. Smeared underneath because the purple is so thick. So I don't know. We might, when it dries, I might go ahead and sand the edges. I'm going to think about it, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. Sometimes actually letting it dry for 24 hours does actually usually help everything, because that'll solidify it. But if you go back with a sand block or sandpaper, it will totally move off for you. What do you think? That's what we got. I think it looks better. It's not as clean as I would like, so I may do some. This set might be ones that I take some the sandpaper to, but like I said, I don't want to smear it, so I'm gonna really be good and wait on the sandpaper until later. This is the other one. Turned out pretty good. It's just that I don't know, the shimmer on this one was thick. It's kind of puddling if you guys saw me doing it. I don't know, it's not too bad. Not as at first, it's hard not to like panic at first, right? At first, do not panic. Everything is fixable. That is the words I have to tell myself a lot, because like I said, I tend to be pretty perfectionistic. So I like everything to look nice and crisp. That's why I found Chalk Couture, because I was seeing people's projects looking so good, and that's what I wanted to do. So of course, that's what I want my projects to look like, but they're not ever perfect because they are handmade, because I personally do them. I'm not a factory, obviously. And now it's getting drier. You can see I could set my hand on there. It's not coming off on my hand at all. So I'm just kind of scratching and trying to make it look even, make it look like it should. We're going to be not this week, but the following week, we're going to be going on spring break. I've been so focused on it this last week. I almost told kids the wrong day. I was thinking spring break was starting this week, but no, it's 2 weeks. I got to wait. Our local school has spring break the week of Easter, but my son's college, ISU, has spring break the week before that. So we are spending spring break the week before with him, taking the girls out of school a couple of days. Fortunately, their choir concerts are always put that week. It drives me nuts. Like, it's been for the past 2 years. His spring break is the same week as their end of quarter concert, and the choir director kind of gave me a hard time about my girls missing their choir concert. I was like, ugh. So we're gonna accommodate. We're going over the weekend with the whole family, just to an Airbnb to hang out, and then we're gonna go down to Boise for Wednesday through Sunday the following week. That other weekend, all right. Well, this side turned out a lot better. I was hoping this side would turn out really good so that it could match, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I think they look fine. So these are the other sides. Yeah, sometimes I don't know. Like I'm kind of fly by your seat of your pants sometimes with my going live. So I appreciate that you're here, Amber. Fortunately, you can always go back and watch whenever, but sometimes they go out right away. Sometimes they take a hot minute, and I'm usually thinking as I'm going out, I'm going to be up in a few minutes. So I apologize for not being on top of it today, but anyway, go back and watch it. These are the two kind of boho style chunky rabbits. You could do this with the Dollar Tree ones or the Walmart ones. Would work with both of them. Let's bring you back up so you see me with the head. I'm sorry. But anyway, those are our bunnies, our chunky bunnies. And like I said, I heard they're at Walmart. I haven't seen them at my Dollar Tree. Let me turn this around to the other side. And I will be selling these two little guys as well. So if you're interested in getting the bunnies, or the stuff to make it yourself, put bunny. And I will get you the home sweet home, and all the things. I'll get you a link to that. If you are interested in buying these bunnies, contact me directly right away. The first one, first serve. Bow on the purple one would be cute. Yes. What kind of bow? I don't know if I have purple. I might have the right color ribbon in the house too. So who knows? Who knows? I was kind of thinking like, twine maybe. Thanks, Melissa. I also had thought that our gilding wax would look really cute. I don't want to get anything too wild and crazy. Brown. Here's my brown. Ooh, this one might. Is that? It's not the right purple. That one would be a really nice color though, or a type. I think it's gonna either have to be white. Maybe the white, simple white one. Yeah. There's nothing simple about my ribbon. I don't know. I go in and buy ribbon and it's like, what was I thinking? I have off-white. That one would be perfect. That off-white. If it was white. I should have done Dune. Here we were talking about Dune. I've got these little poofy ones, but that's too much. Pom-poms would look great on their tails if you wanted. I'm just not seeing it just yet. So I'm going to have to keep looking for the right ribbon. I'm sure I have some somewhere. Who knows where? I kind of brought the spring colors into the house because I've been doing classes in the house. So things kind of got gravitated in towards the house. But yes, I think you're right. Or I was thinking twine would be really good around there. That's not the right color. All right. Well, I hope you have. Thank you so much. Walk on the wild side, be daring. Karen, have you met me? That's not me. I struggle with that. I know. I'm plain old. This was daring, not putting it like directly on and using the transfers that go on the rabbits. So this was daring for me. But anyway, tea stained. Oh yeah, that would be pretty. I know I have some white stuff around here. I just don't know where it is right now. I'm so neat and organized. I can't hardly stand myself. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining. Well, I'll be working on that ribbon for sure. And please do all the things. Make sure you follow me. I'm almost to 2,000 followers. So help me get there if you would. And, let me know if you want the things for the bunnies. What was I saying too? I minus the bunny. I can't give you the wood cutouts, but those you can get out there. It's kind of nice that the chunky wood kind of became something this year. But I will get you that home sweet home transfers, quite versatile. And the block, if you wanted the cube to go with that, just put cube down below and I'll get you all the links for that because I think those are available now. Do you do the dry coffee, like the coffee grounds on it and then spritz it, or do you just put it into a spray bottle? I know I've done that. Also, I use bark chalk paste and stain things too. That works really well, especially like antiquing too. I use it for that. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. It's good to see you all. Have a very blessed week and keep on crafting.